All right, you guys, we are going to do an impromptu virtual party training. But before we start, I need to check my internet. So if you're watching replay, forward like 3 minutes because I know that it is slow right now and I might pop in through my phone. But I need to say welcome. I need to say, hey, I need to do an internet check. Internet check. How is it working? Now, we're going to do parties. I'm going to show you Trello, my complete party board. I am going to show you my boards app, but I need to make sure the internet's good. So say, hey, if you're here, confirm the internet. Let me hear from you before we get rolling. We are going to do some giveaways. It is going to be fun. And I think I'm going to pop in through my phone for the audio just to make sure we don't lag. So go ahead and confirm. Somebody tell me that you are good. Somebody tell me that we're okay right now. And okay, because I'm a little panicking right now. Because see, when I do these impromptu things and my speed test says like 5 and I'm paying for 300. Okay, so you guys talk to me real quick before we dive in. I am going to move quickly unless somebody tells me the internet died. This is not my first rodeo. It is not the first time I've had to deal with obstacles, and it will not be the first time for you. So, number 1, welcome to the party. Number 2, are you doing virtual events of any kind? And if so, how's it going for you? Are you loving them? Are you struggling with them? Where are you guys at? Because let alone all the changes that are happening right now. Like forget all the meta changes, forget all the things that are, changing that are causing some people to have to change tactical ways of going about their approach to parties. There has been a struggle, I think, period, for people to be able to execute successful online events in a fun, simple, and effective way. So I'm going to show you my system. So let's dive in. I have prepared some things for you guys. I'm just going to pray to Jesus that it all is smooth. I want you to say, hey, if you're watching replay, give me a replay. If you are live, say hello. Tell me your name because sometimes it does not show me your name if you have not authorized StreamYard. So please say, hey, tell me your name, and I am going to do an RD version. Does anybody know what an RD version of a party is? RD. That, for me, RD means Reader's Digest. Does anybody read Reader's Digest? Reader's Digest version. I'm going to show you guys a lot of things. I'm going to give away my Trello board. I'm going to give away my boards app. If you already have the party course, you already have them. If after listening tonight, you want to know more, I put together a free webinar over a year ago. It is on replay. It runs every 15 minutes. The link is in your description of this video that you're watching right here, whether you're on YouTube. Hi to YouTube. Please like and subscribe, all the things. Whether you're on my business page, hello to my Cathy Callahan business page. Please like. Or whether you're in my virtual party or whether you're in my social sales school Facebook group, hello to our group members. Kudos to you because you are the one inside of our community. You are the one in all the goodness. So if you're inside of the group, let me know. So no matter where you guys are watching this, in the description of this video right now is a webinar. It is www.pcatu.com/VPMS webinar. The link is in the description, and that stands for PCAT stands for Purpose Creator, Action Taker University, and that's what I call my online university with all the things that I have access to for everyone. And also VPMS stands for Virtual Parties Made Simple. So who's been here before? Who's ever heard any ounce of this training? Who's like, okay, I know parts of this, I'm here for a refresh. Versus who's like, I have no clue who you are, what you do, what this is about, I just need some help. Versus people who are like, I know who you are, I know a bit about what you do, but I've never heard you talk about parties. Let me know where you guys are at. Okay, so we're making sure nobody is sitting, waiting on approval into the group. We've had a lot of new group members. Welcome. I do see me streaming into the group. I mean, if y'all say the internet's good, I'm going to keep going. Y'all are saying it's good. Okay, all right, here we go. Okay, so keep in connection with me, please. Stay to the end. I'll give away our giveaways. The way that it happens is you just have to comment, like engage. Okay. So like Gina's here. Angie, is it Angie Huey? Liz is here. Liz, this is not your first rodeo. Have followed you for a while. Now, none of you guys are saying, it doesn't say your name to me on here, but I can see your name on my phone because StreamYard is weird. The way I'm going to go about this training tonight, instead of doing it through like my typical slideshow and my virtual party challenge and all the organized aspects of all the things, I'm actually going to screen share with you. I'm going to take, hi Angie, I'm going to take you guys into I think the best way to do it, I'm going to show you something I'm really excited about. I'm going to share my entire screen. I want to give you guys a glimpse of why I think half of what I'm talking about is kind of solid. Kind of. First of all, StreamYard does not work on Safari on your computer. It only works on Google Chrome. But then when you go to your phone, it doesn't work on Google Chrome. It works on Safari. I'm like, what? Okay, check this out, you guys. I thought this was such a cool post to find tonight. It literally makes me want to like jump up and down, pee my pants, cry a little bit. Look at the date on this video. Okay? For those of you who don't know my history, I'm not talking to you about something I've never done. Tonight, I'm teaching you my Virtual Parties Made Simple system that I didn't just initially start with. I had to figure it out. And in January 2019, I came back to my network marketing business, deciding to do it online. And this was after I had done it successfully offline through home parties for 6 years. Okay. And this was after leaving that company for, let's see, from end of 2012 to beginning of 2019, I walked away from that company and I ran our family home care agency after my mother passed away from end of 2012 till 2017, mid 2017 when I sold it. I had to stay working for that company for 6 months to transition, and then I took a complete year off. During that year, I missed network marketing. I missed my products. I missed the company I was with. I missed my friends. I did not miss in-person business, and this was pre-pandemic. Pre-pandemic, at the end of December, is December 31st. So how long have you guys been in business? Tell me your story. End of December, my upline messages me because I had not resigned from the company. I just wasn't working it. And she said, hey, you're just about to hit district manager, because I had lost all my levels of the time of being gone. And I said, I don't really care if I'm about to hit district manager because I'm not working a business anyway. And she's like, you're like $181 away. I was like, hey, I talked to my then fiance at the time. I'm like, hey, do you need any men's vitamins? He's like, yes. Well, they were going to cover that. And then I went to order them and they were out of order. I'm like, great, this is my sign. What do I do? Do I really care? Do I not care? I said, I'm going to think about it. And if I decide to come back to online or come back to business, I will be at the meeting on January 7th. And I came back to the meeting on January 7th and I decided to restart my business, but I had to do it different. And that whole first month, I did not do it through parties. See this right here? Oh shoot, I'm nervous and ready. 2 minutes away from my first virtual party. Thank you, Jordan O'Trimbiak, for hosting. Talk to y'all soon. Jordan was my kid's babysitter. I mean, she probably like had to do it for me, right? So I remember going through the whole first month of January, and this is why I'm going to teach you guys virtual events the way I do. The whole first month of January, okay? So talk about your story because the story matters, guys. What do they say? Stories tell, facts tell, right? True. Your business story matters. I had done an offline business, so I knew I had proved the offline business system. I didn't like kind of do parties. I did parties. Party after party after party after party, and I drove everywhere and I did everything. And I had dogs poop in my sea salt scrub, and I had people smoking cigarettes, and I had people drinking alcohol, and I had ladies drunk on wine, and then I had really great parties too. And I met some of my best friends through all this stuff. And I had such great experiences. And I went from being a kindergarten teacher to a network marketer doing home parties to a completely different person. To being able to say, wow, yes, I went to top 2% of that company. Yes, I got the Mercedes. Yes, I went on all the trips. Yes, I got the $5,200 check. The first time I got that, I was like, I came into this for $2,510 is what I needed to make to quit my teaching job. Okay, I did it all through parties, through simple systems. This is why I'm teaching you guys. Background matters because when I show you my Trello board, you're going to panic. You're going to go, oh my God, that's not enough. That's not enough posting. How do you do this, 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 this? Promise, promise, promise. It's going to be okay. So the story matters. Okay, so what were your struggles? What did you not like about what you used to do? So think about this. In the offline business, it wasn't that home parties didn't work. Dude, they worked. Clearly they worked. But by the time I came back to business in 2019, now we were able to do online, which we weren't when I left in 2012. We, as that company I was with, was not allowed to use Facebook the way we can use Facebook now. Okay. And in 2019, they still were not using Facebook the way that we are now. Okay. I was very, very, very like the black sheep of the bunch, doing it different. But I did not want to do home parties anymore, not because they didn't work, because they worked, because I didn't want to travel, because I had 2 more babies and they were in diapers and I wanted to work. Where did that picture show you guys I'm working out of? Who's been here for a minute? Where did that picture show you guys I was working out of? Here comes my kids. This is why. This is why I work out of my closet. My previous home, they're going to find me eventually. I'm 3 floors up, 2 doors away, but they will find me. Yes. No, you do not have a bank account. Why? Okay, we can talk about that. He's 8. Okay, I started working out of my closet, the only quiet place I could find. And this is my old closet. The one behind me now is my new closet. I'm moving into some new spaces. And so um, I decided I wanted to do offline business differently. And I decided I actually didn't really want to do offline business at all. And I was curious, is there a way to go completely online? Okay. And my closet, yes. At the time, I did a little bit of in-person. We were doing these monthly events. I had sponsored 3 people in February of 2019. And one of them, Jessica, really still liked to do in-person events. She's like, I love in-person events. I'm like, dang it. Okay, can we like learn online and offline? So we were combining it. She would want to do in-person parties. I went to a couple to train her. And then we also did an online component of it. But I realized very quickly that in order for me to be able to have the reach that I wanted to reach, I'm going to have to learn an online system. And my company was not teaching an online system. And those companies that were teaching online systems, see if this is familiar, okay? And I won't say the company names, but they were teaching you to open up a Facebook group and they were teaching you to post these like spreads of graphics that were like 32 graphics, 64 graphics, like mad amount of graphics in a group, and then like open up a group, recycle the post, open up a group, recycle the post, do this simple like rinse and repeat process. And I didn't know any different. I didn't know if that was good or bad. I didn't know if that would work or didn't work. I just knew for me, logically, it didn't make sense for the way I wanted to party, not for the way they wanted to party. They were good with it. Okay. 64 for each group. I'm not saying it wasn't good for them. I'm saying it was not going to be working for me because I understood the party pillars. Okay, so let me show you my party pillars. I understood, initially, I didn't understand party pillars. I named them party pillars. I understood the party flow. So let's look at my virtual parties made simple, and let me help you understand where I come at it from parties, understanding what worked offline, and then trying to think of now, how do I do that online? And I could evaluate, it was a lot of work. I could evaluate the simplicity. That's not the page I want to share. I want to share this one. I could evaluate the simplicity of why home parties were so great. I could evaluate, well, it was pretty simple. And think about what was great about home parties, you guys. Somebody put a bunch of people in their living room for you. Dude, some girl was like, sure, I'll put some people in the living room for you. So number one, you didn't struggle to get traffic. You might struggle to get bookings. So pillar 1 in my party system is go get a booking. This shouldn't be a struggle because you should be your first hostess, okay? And whether you call them parties, challenges, workshops, I don't care, socials, listen. It is super flipping smart to put me in front of 5 people at one time versus what I was being taught in January 2019 if I wanted an option to build online. And what they told me to do was either I could go watch what other people were doing with parties, which my company was not teaching that, or what they were teaching me is three-way video chats. And now I want to scream my eyeballs out. Three-way video chats whenever people wanted to do them. Three-way video chats that I had to get on a video with you and my upline in the midst of two kids in diapers, in the midst of what are the kids at that age, 12 and 13-year-old boys, in the midst of a partner that's not like super excited that I'm doing this because I sold a very profitable home care agency and now I've been home for a year and now all of a sudden I want to go back to this insane work schedule with network marketing. I'm like, I'm going to do it different. It didn't look that different. So then they said, okay, we got these Zoom events, bring people to Zoom, which was super smart, but it wasn't converting because it was boring. And it was so factual, and that is not my style. So I didn't say it was a problem for other people. For me, like, we're missing something here. Put me in front of multiple people at one time. Get a booking. So the way I launched, you guys saw it, I launched with my babysitter helping me. I launched with me going live. I launched with Warm Market and all ways that people don't want to do it. And they're like, oh my God, that's so terrifying. I don't know. I mean, I need to get to the fastest, simplest, most fun, effective path as possible. It's not that bad. So we launched in a 3x3 LIC system. I teach that in my party course and in my evergreen group funneling system. So what did we do offline? We get this person to say yes, and typically you're the first yes, guys. Typically you're your first yes. Type that in the comments below. I am my first yes. Getting a booking is not hard. I have done booking challenges where people book 100 to 150 total bookings in an hour. Where we as a group, I think Daisy Johnson is still the most that ever did it, her 18 in 1 hour, but cumulatively, everybody comes together and we just decide we're getting a booking. Right now, we're getting a booking. Dude, right now, tonight on April 10th at 7:45 p.m., I've got 4 people. I had 5. I lost 1. It must not be that good. Who decided to pop online when I sent this out to you 25 minutes or 30 minutes ago? Because I don't use the excuse that I'm going to wait till people show up. I say, I'm going to show up. I sure as hell hope you come because it's going to be good. Now, the more prep, the better, right? The more prep, the better. So I say, I'll go first. I'll go first, guys. There's 4 of you right now. I'm teaching you some stuff. I'm showing you some products. We're having some fun. I'm going to do some giveaways. And if at the end of this, you're willing to put me in front of 4 people you know, that's called being a hostess. And if you let me get in front of 4 of your friends that I don't know yet, I got some rewards because guess what? Referral marketing is super smart. Write that down. What is a hostess? Okay, in the network marketing world, hostess, like party, boo boo. Referral marketing, Google referral marketing. It is hella smart. It is what the finance guy who's taking your hundreds of thousands of dollars sits down at the table with you, you sign on the dotted line, and he goes, hey, like before I go, who are 3 names that you can think of? And I'm like, what? That like you could give them my number, or I could give them my number and you give it to them, you tell me about them. I'm like, and I sit there, I remember the first time this happened, I was a school teacher signing my 403B and I was like, am I supposed to like just give over numbers? This is so weird. But why do they do that? Because it's so much easier to say, hey, who's on this call right now, by the way? If you guys are here. Hey, Liz. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Amy. Hey, another Michelle. No, same Michelle. Hey, the other Michelle. Hey, whoever else is here. I don't see any more names right now. Michaela. Angie. Your friend, Cathy, sent me your name and thought you might be interested in what I do. Okay, well, now I'm listening a little bit more than you being a cold, whatever they're called. Just telemarketer, right? So when we first do our first booking, we host with our little warm market that we have, and we don't leave the booking. Here's the key, guys. You don't leave the party without a booking. Type that in the comments below. Never leave a party without a party, ever. We don't leave the person's house without a booking. Okay, let's stop the share for a minute. Let's come to Jesus. It is the most difficult thing to get it rolling. Whether you're doing an online event, which is what we're focusing on tonight, but I need you to parallel why this works. Okay, I need you to understand how it's different. If you are doing an online virtual event in a Facebook group, a Facebook event, I don't care. Some of you are watching on YouTube, some of you are watching wherever I've got the people at. I do not want to leave tonight without a yes. And I will tell people from the start, okay? It is very, very, very important to me that if you can think of anybody that I can help, that you let me help them. or you share them with me. So if tonight anything I say resonates and you think, gosh, that would help my direct selling friend, that would help my upline, that would help my sideline, and you would put me in front of them, I'll give you some rewards. I'll give you a free course. I'll give you a free coaching. In the network marketing field, what does it look like? This is what I said to people. I build my business just like this. I build my business through these events, and it is so important to me that I meet new people. And my job is not to sell tonight. My job is not to recruit you tonight. My job actually for me is to meet new people. If I can meet new people, a byproduct of that, I know that there's going to be people that need what I have. I know there are. Okay, so if tonight ends with 5 sales on 5 people, now we got 8, party's going up. If I get 8 people to buy tonight, okay, maybe I walk away with, let's say I sell them each 300. I could walk away with a $2,400 party. Have you ever done a $2,400 party? Have you ever done a $2 party? Let me ask you this question, whether it's online or offline. Okay, you never leave a party without a party, or else you get to start all over, and that sucks, right? So if I said, hey, Valerie, I'm going to give you 2 choices. You're going to go out tonight and you're going to put people together. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Gina. You're going to put people together and you're going to work and you're going to do your 3x3 LAC. It's in the course. Okay. And you say, okay, I'm going to get 9 people to the party. Let's go with not, let's say you invite 9, 5 come. And I'm going to give you a choice. 5 people are going to make a purchase tonight. Okay, 5 people are going to make a purchase tonight. In fact, they're all going to buy $100. So you're going to do a $500 party. Does that feel good? Yeah, that feels good, because like a $500 party is a pretty like good party number to run to like shoot toward. And maybe depending on how much money you make $50 up to $250, depends on your comp plan. Some of the health and wellness companies make a lot less if they have like a referral program, but you put them on auto ship, so you know you're going to get paid that amount multiple months in a row. Some of you like jewelry. I could make 50% on jewelry, but I didn't see a lot of return, right? Like I had one customer buy 35 times, but on average, people were buying like maybe 2 times. It's just true. It wasn't consumable the same. So I would give you a choice and I would say, what would you rather? Would you rather leave tonight with a $500 party and $250 cash in your pocket? Okay. Or would you rather leave tonight with 2 bookings? What would you rather have? Stop and think about that. Okay. Now the beauty, like the blend would be like, I would like some sales, some bookings, and some recruits. But what's the most important part? What would you rather have if you could only have one thing? I would much rather go home with bookings on my calendar with the opportunity to expand my network, because I still have the network I met tonight, guys. Please understand that the moment you present the offer may not be the moment that somebody's ready to buy. It is so important that we understand that. We are like, I suck, they didn't buy. Did you get anything? Did you find new interest? Did you get new leads? Did you get bookings? Do you have somebody that's a pending customer? Shoot, my computer's about to die. This is going to be a bad day. Hold on. This is what I used to do when I'm a teacher. When I was a teacher and all these things happened that I wasn't prepared for, I say, we're going to play a game. You guys got 30 seconds to write to me and type to me your biggest party struggle, and then I'll pick the winner. I'll be right back. Didn't really think about the fact that I'm upstairs. Okay, we got to move a little bit, but we're going to be okay. Let me mute you just for a second. All right, that's not going to be near as beautiful, but it'll be fine. We're going to hope that all goes well and that we don't lose each other, because guess what, guys? This plug that I just plugged in is one that like doesn't hold a charge. If I die on the internet, I promise I'll come back. If I leave, you guys come back. This is an example of done is better than perfect. And I did $10,000 sales in my 2nd month in virtual parties because I didn't quit. And so moving forward through the story, I decided that I knew it was more important to keep the ball rolling. So my starter parties, I did not care if I sold. I could care less if at Jordan's party it sold. What I cared about is, did I meet new people? Because I already knew Jordan, and I already knew Shannon, and I already knew Jen, and I already knew Stephanie. And those are my starter parties. And I already knew myself. But I didn't know their networks. So my biggest job and your biggest job in the beginning of your business is to get out of your circle as fast as possible. Okay. And parties are a great way to get out of your circle as fast as possible. So through this virtual system that I transitioned simply from understanding what I do online. Okay. I understood that bookings matter. I understood that I have to be my first hostess. When you want my whole party system, go to the link in this video here. There's a webinar. Okay. There's a free webinar. My full party course, which is $297, is $1 right now at the end of that webinar. At the end of that, it introduces you to P3, which is our brand new course, where I'll teach you how to build your business in a 3-block system. For those of you who want to go from parties and you want to build into my evergreen system, and you want to expand into email marketing, multi-platform, multi-offer, I'll build you through it in the 3-block system. But if you're right now just at the virtual party level, go to the webinar for free, get the $1 course. You're going to get this boards app, okay? All right, let's pick a winner from all the people who, while I was on my little break. Amy K, Amy K, Amy K. Amy K, you just won a prize. Now, if you've never won a prize from me before, you get to text my phone number. Amy probably already knows this because she's won a prize before. You're going to text my phone number, and you are going to send hashtag PCAT prize. And I'm going to put it on your screen. And you're going to text it. This is part of our software system that is exclusive to my business label now. Very exciting. We have our own software. And when Amy sends this number, just Amy, and she sends this magic word, hashtag PCAT prize, to the phone number on her screen, although that's kind of hard to read. Let me type that out for you better. It will send her on auto reply a message with some prize options and a fill out form. So Amy, congratulations. Thank you for playing along. Thanks for letting me take my 30-second break. Usually it's to go to the bathroom. Okay, so you guys are going to get a booking. It's going to be okay. You're not going to die. You're going to set up a virtual event. The party course will teach you. You probably already know how, but you're going to do it different. So let's move into how you're going to do it different. When you get a booking, okay, I'm going to switch you over to my Trello board, because we've got to coach our hostess, but I want you to understand what I'm doing when I do a party. And I want to show you a little bit of a background of these, because I do them differently. So yes, you're going to get a booking, but you're not going to invite her into a group with a bunch of shared content. And what I mean by shared content, I mean, not everybody's doing the same thing. It's going to be uniquely you, but I'm going to give you some solid tracks to run on. Okay. So when I first did my party, I didn't know what I was doing. They gave me a 15-minute party script in my back office of my company. And it was okay. It was my starting point, but I was like, it's very static. It's very educational, and that's not much my style. I don't really like to just educate on ingredients. I like to tell the story and why it gives me energy, and how as a busy mom, I love to build a business from my closet. And so I kind of put together my own system. And when I put together the live portion, what I'm actually inviting people to, what I'm actually asking them, hey, come hang out with me at a virtual event. There's my baby's playpen. Dude, my kid woke up at so many virtual parties. My iPad, my computer, my phone. I didn't even have a ring light. I didn't know about none of that stuff, right? I didn't have good internet. I've never had good internet, by the way. Somehow we pay for 300 internet and then we don't get it. Happens everywhere I go. It's well, God just keeps testing me. You'll be fine. So when I invite them to the party, when I coach a hostess on bring people to the event, when I'm engaging with guests, I'm going to show you on the Trello board, my party system. It's in a group, but I used to also do them in events. The software doesn't matter. I never use posting platforms. So don't worry about if you used to use software in groups and you can't anymore. I'm going to take a lot of that weight off. It doesn't even need to be that. Okay. I'm not saying don't do stuff that works for you. I'm saying it doesn't have to be that if that can't work for you anymore and you want to make a change. So the experience, and type me the word experience. Let me show you on the Trello board the experience. And maybe for those of you who are used to parties that like you are used to having like a script or a party flow or a sequence or something that we all do, that is what this is comparable to. But it's not like I'm giving you a pre-scripted timeline party with exact words that I don't want you to change. I want you to understand the base concepts of each of the steps. So the Trello board, and this is one of the things I'm giving away tonight. If you get the party course, you get the Trello board. If you get the party course, you get the board app. If you get the party course, you get my marketing class. If you get the party course, you get my 5 party pillar training. And right now, go click on the video that's in your description of this. Watch the webinar. It's a free hour webinar. It also gives you the chance to buy the 1 hour party. $1 course. It also tells you if you want more, come into P3. It's a new 12-week support with a new course. If you want even more than that, there is the Impact Makers kind of application, I guess. It's like it's just a page that you can put in your information to learn about our 1-year program. I am also doing a special event next week. We're doing a live 3-day event. It's not about parties. It is about an actual understanding business stages, business processes, what you're actually doing. Does it matter? Yes, it does. How do you make it work for you? If you want to come to that, it's called Ignite. Ignite Your Impact. Give me an Ignite in the comments below. We'll make sure you guys got the invite, okay? So this is specifically just about parties here, right? Ignite is going to ignite some big fire in you. Okay, now, so when it comes to just parties, this Trello board takes you through a start here process. It makes sure you have the boards app. It makes sure you understand my 8 simple system step for every party. For me, book the party. Set up an event or a group. I used to do like events, then I did groups, then I went back to events, then I went back to groups. I ended up landing on groups always through now a party system that I call the Evergreen Party. I didn't create that until March 2020 with my team. I didn't have that idea. So initially I was trying out both, and there's benefits to events, there's benefits to groups. There's not a huge benefit to a lot of groups that are just like opened just for the sake of the party. Maybe for the purpose of membership questions, maybe for the purpose of more of a community feel, but the fallout with a pop-up group is you lose people. The fallout with a pop-up event is you lose people. So we'll talk about that in a second. Your next step is to help the hostess invite, but here's the thing. Your hostess needs to know, what am I bringing them to? Okay, so tonight you're on this impromptu training with me. If this were a party, which essentially when I do classes, I consider them a party. I'm having fun with you. I'm learning about you. I communicated with you. You're connecting the dots. You're making decisions. I'm giving you offers. I'm giving you some, calls to action, calls to comments, all that thing. And if I said now to you, hey, now that you've experienced it, would you like to bring some people to this? It's much easier for a hostess to conceptualize what she's doing if she's come to a party first. That's why I prefer to be the first hostess. Bring the people, get bookings. Never leave a party without a party. Now that you've been here, even if there's 5 of you, even if there's 1 of you, my rule is jokingly, and I'm always like, ha, 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 I do not leave a party without a party. So it looks like you're it. Looks like you're the one who's going to do the party for me because you're the only one here. Has there been no bookings off of parties? Yes. I booked 7 parties off of my first jewelry party out of 23 people. Yeah, that was a big ball rolling. That was awesome. Remember, I'd rather have parties. I'd rather have bookings than sales. I also got over 1,000 sales. Those are the best kind of parties. I also got business partners at that one. Yes. Okay. Help the hostess start inviting. We have a whole hostess coaching system in the boards app and in the course. I do friend request and connect with guests. I do teach you guys to pre-party with the guests. You'll see more about that. I schedule the party posts, but they're not a lot of posts, okay? And I get interaction going on those, true interaction. Not just because I think I have to have engagement. I actually post things that are going to get me the information, that are going to help people understand, that are not going to try to pre-sell them. And certainly not the kind of posts that are just going to make them feel like they've already gone to the party before the party's even started. I remind the guests that the party's about to happen, and I take a lot of this on me. I capture their email, I capture their phone number, I capture them into a group messenger per me requesting, hey, hostess, I'll do a lot of the work if you could just do this step. And then I help remind them all. Like, I don't just be like, hey, hostess, 3-way me with people. It's not her job. Then I do a live party. Okay. I like live parties. I like using StreamYard. I like using things like Zoom if you can get people there. But I really like the live component of a party because when I get people to an actual party in person, I can sell. When I get people to an actual party in person, I can book. And I've heard from a lot of you guys, if I could just put people in front of you, you could sell. So tell me if that's true. If I could get 5 people to an online event with you, if I could get 5 people to an in person event with you, do you think you could sell your products? Do you believe in your products? Do you care about the prospect that you're selling to? Then you're good. The bigger struggle is like getting people there. So everything I do from the moment that I'm bringing someone in and all the messaging along the way is drive traffic to the event. Get them to show up with me on Monday at 11. Get them to show up with me tonight. Now, could I have prepped better? Yeah, but I also could have not done tonight because when I realized you guys needed tonight, it was today. And I was driving home from my kids' events and I'm like, I got to go talk to them about parties. So done is always better than perfect. Now that I'm planning ahead, should I plan ahead and do this again? Yeah, if time allows it. If not, you show up when you can show up and then you learn. So I started learning it's better for me, for my parties and network marketing, to have a static party time that I just commit to. Because if I commit to showing up and I commit to doing the work, I'm not going to go, oh, nobody's coming, I'm not going. Every Tuesday at 8:30, every Tuesday at 8:30, every Tuesday at 8:30. And it is like when you commit to having office hours or to having open store hours, and you don't go, I'll open the Walmart doors if the people will come. No, the Walmart doors open at 6 o'clock. We're going to point all the signs to the Walmart store that's open. And then we follow up with the guests. Those are the basics, okay? We do use the ATM method inside of our parties. Type to me if you do not know what this means. I've been teaching this since the beginning of time. I do not do ATM method alone, but I do ATM method in my party groups. Add people to the party. Teach your hostess how to effectively add the right people. We teach you how to qualify. This is not a full course training. Tag them in the party post and or the live party. You tag the hostess tags the guests. It's like a phone tree. Message a guest to see what they like best. Key reminder, these are a great way to get new leads and prospects. Guys, what does it say? Okay, are you going to get sales? Yeah. Are you going to get bookings? Yeah. Are you going to get recruits? Yeah. But more than that, you're going to get more leads. More than that, you're going to have a prospecting list that you can figure out if they're actual leads. You are going to have more people who don't buy than do buy, at least to start. And that whole people need multiple exposures to make a decision is true. People need multiple exposures to make a decision. So why are we stressed out that the party that closed at Friday at 7 p.m. didn't sell Friday at 7 p.m.? Because that is scarcity mindset. And then you're trying to like arm twist people into your agenda. Like I said, it's closing tonight, so make a decision. And yes, I can create urgency. I can create reasons for people to take fast action. I can push people over the ledge if they're ready to jump. I can help you make a decision if you want to get healthy. I can tell why you're holding back. But if you're not sure and you need time, I'm not going to stop you from taking the time that you need. I'm going to say, great, I'm going to be live again next Tuesday. Why don't you come back? Why don't you bring some friends while you're thinking about it? Why don't you bring some friends? Let them check it out too. Why don't you book a party? Like give people the time they need, but create the urgency. Use your marketing and sales psychology. Believe in what you're doing, but don't panic. Understand you gotta have a system, a funneling system. If they first came into the party, didn't buy, what is the next step for them? Everybody needs a next step. So write that down. What is the next best step for every single name on that party list? The goal with these leads and with these prospects is get them on the live. If your hostess gives you a list of 30 people and you get people on the live, you'll sell 2. You might even sell to 5. You'll get 2 bookings. Now, if you can get 40 people in front of a party every month, that's 10 a week. Do 2 parties, that's 5 people on the live, okay? If you can get 40 people in front of the party, you're going to sell at least 8 sales, at least. Some of you are going to sell 20, okay? You're going to find 1 to 2 business partners. You're going to find on average, if you do my system, 1 booking for every party. Okay. I sold with a company where we had higher price products. And so 1 out of every 5 people would buy from me. And I would close 3 $350 parties, $500 parties. Okay. This was my next introduction to the business person. My hostess was the most likely to become a consultant. So I could do the math and I could go, oh, well, I'm noticing when I get 12 people to a party, that I closed 3.5 sales because I track everything and it's in the party system. There's a whole 4.5 months of me tracking everything. And I noticed that when I do a party, on average, I get 1 booking. On average, 29 parties, 28 bookings, or 28 parties, 29 bookings. Can't remember which one it was. Go look at the party course. And I noticed 1 out of every 4 hostesses is becoming a business partner. So now I've got data that's kind of giving me the things to rinse and repeat. Yeah, baby. Oh, hang on just a second. I'm going to tell him my password. I can't scream it across the internet. Hold on, bud. Either that or come up here and I'll tell you. Are you ready? So ask me any questions you guys are having so far. Amy's in triple P. And no, Trello board is not boards. Hopefully you're seeing the difference on this screen share right now. Trello board and Boards app have different purposes. I use them differently. We don't use much of Boards app anymore now that they're charging, but I think everything's kind of moving to that. And then you do a party, you engage with people, you interact, you talk to their comments, and then you follow up. But the problem is that what most people didn't realize is most of the work you're doing is actually behind the scenes. Most of the work is done in the messenger. And so that's why I created this. Yes, templates are great. You guys use the templates, look at it. But look, I mean, use my template, but make it unique to you and your hostess. Like, how much more fun is that? I mean, come on. Don't use the exact same thing. Like, use the template, but click on the template and go do something fun with it. This is not that hard. I mean, we use this one a lot. We just changed the date, time, and the name. At least it's a little bit unique, right? You've got to start somewhere. Did I start with the same graphic for everything all the time over and over at first? I did. And then I realized, like, oh, I could like use a little bit of like just a tiny, tiny bit of editing skills. And if you don't know how to do it, some friend does. I know they do. I mean, in a lot of groups, people edit stuff for each other and share stuff, all that, right? This one is not unique. I mean, you could recycle that 18,000 times and that's fine, but you could like make it a little bit personalized, right? So I got a lot of graphics you guys can use, but I do encourage you to click on the templates and make it your own. 1 hour till party time. I didn't give you just that. I gave you the Canva template. Like, go over to the Canva template, edit it just a little bit, edit it just a little bit. Use it this way if you really want to, but edit it a little bit because that makes it more special, right? That sets you apart. That's what you want to do. You want to understand that we need a welcome post, that we need a cover photo, that we need some reminders. 3 days before the party, what do? You guys are going to panic. I've helped my hostess start inviting 3 days before the party. This is not a wedding. This is not a wedding, and I don't need her to get 100 people there. I need to coach her on how to get the most qualified people. And here's the beauty. If she booked off of a booking, she's already thinking it anyway. If she booked off of a booking and I say, okay, great, Amy, you booked. You're going to be my hostess next Tuesday. The other hostess will be Shannon. So start thinking of people. I'm going to reach out to you on Thursday. And then we're going to start inviting people into the group. Not until then, because the party goes stale. You do it too much before and the party goes stale. Okay. And there's verbiage in here and there's scripts and you can be screenshotting and all that stuff. Here's a different version of some things that I used to give. I don't do this anymore. These are different numbers. An awesome hostess. You don't just give a hostess a link or a graphic and think that she can figure it out, by the way. But I used it as a guide. I used to tell her to invite 15 to 20 to the group, give them an incentive if I could get 8 people on the live. I started streaming numbers down even more. I'm just like, who are 5 people you can think of that can benefit from what I sold you tonight, that I shared with you, that you bought? Who are 5 people you really know that want to get healthy? Who are 5 people you know looking for extra income? Who are 5 people you know that are struggling in their business? And I'm like, can you think of 5? She's like, oh, my friend did it. I'm like, great. Add them to your list. Can you think of 5 more? Who are 5 people you know that blank? Yep, good. So instead of just this blank, like invite people, I started getting more purposeful. I teach her how to post on her personal wall with an actual, not invite to the party, but curiosity post, conversation starter. That's all in the course, okay? I teach her to set up a group messenger chat with me and a guest. I even did this in my software parties like 3 months ago. I sold software through parties and I did these exact same steps, okay? And then inside of the group, we tag our guests. I teach you how to do the welcome post in the course. Post a picture of something they love, just something simple for your hostess to do, nothing major. And then I just say to the hostess, be my partner, comment on the party post, tag your guest. There's not that many. There's not that many, okay? And so this is just a simple party process. 3 days before, we're like going to get some warming up going. Here's some examples. You guys can, for the sake of time, we're not doing all this tonight. Okay. Here's just some fun kind of build up. Here's something you could do on your personal page. Here's something Callie did when she was sharing about my story to find friends that might want to come to the party. She didn't say who wants to come to a party. She told a little bit of her story. And then she said, I'm going to be sharing more. Who wants to come? So you'll see all kinds of different examples. You will see templates. I just don't want you to dead copy and paste it. I want you to make it your own. I want you to take the basics and I want you to build on it. Okay. And there's lots of exact examples. How to set up a group chat, what to say in there. All the guesswork is completely out of this whole process. 2 days before the party. Okay, we've been getting people into the group. Okay, we've been getting them in the group chat. We're going to go live in 2 days. So what are we doing leading up? I don't know, just something super simple and fun, not crazy. I mean, if you're struggling for engagement, does it actually serve a purpose? I liked this one. This came from a company like Shared Graphic. I liked this one because it's easy to answer. People love to do these things, but strategically, I have a purpose. And if somebody says 23, 32, 51, I'm not going to say the answer's 12 I'm going to say, oh my gosh, the answer's 32. By the way, I'm going to be sharing my top 5 favorites on Tuesday night at 8:30. Are you coming to the party? I'll be giving one of these away. I tie everything purposefully, getting them to the live. Okay. Here was some birthday bash that I did for Barbara. We pre-mailed out some fizz samples. Oh my gosh, that was super simple. I loved doing that for Barbara. It was just a spin on a party. And then we asked just something fun like this. People will engage on it, but we tied it purposely to what we want. Okay, so you've got to think. It can't just be engagement to get engagement. It got to be engagement for the purpose of driving traffic to the live, but for the purpose of creating curiosity about your products, creating curiosity about your business, creating conversation around these things. Okay, some of this stuff, you may not even need to post that stuff. I don't even do that fact stuff anymore. Think about it. Do you need it or not? Here's somebody showing that they love their fizz. I mean, oh my gosh, it's much better to show Barbara liking the fizz than me. This is some warm up. This is some great stuff. Just warm up, guys. All we're doing is warming up. It is not time to party until it's time to party. One day ahead, here's a simple post. Do a poll. Monday before the party, do a poll. Okay. What is a poll going to do? Number one, it's super easy to answer. Yes, you can actually schedule polls with our software. I don't think any other software does that. We use an extension to do that. If you want our software, you can ask me about that. But a poll made it easy for me to see my audience. Now, guys, look at these numbers. If I was planning to come talk about a mood booster, and all of a sudden I see more people are interested in weight loss, more people are interested in increased energy, and more people are interested in better eating habits, I might have to flex my party a little bit because I want to serve the audience. If I set it up as a healthy living party and I've got all these different directions I could go, I'm guided to a better direction. Polls are a very, very, very simple thing to do the Monday before a party. They're very effective. Okay. There's lots of different ways. There's examples in here. I use the poll, not just to poll, but remember, drive traffic to the live, drive traffic to the live, drive traffic to the live, etc., etc. We get the point, right? If you could change things, what would they be? When I collect this kind of stuff, it helps me guide the party. This is how I get more results. I'm catering the event to the people. Now, I set up the event. I set up the group. I set up whatever. I do as much work for the hostess as I can. I help her by putting as many reminders as I can and I tag her. And I say, hey, I want you to tag your guests in this post. I also send it out to the messenger chat. Okay. I also now send it out through text and email because now we can do those kind of things. I now know how to do those things, but you don't have to. The party system and the basics does not require that. More advanced does. And then you go live. Have your products ready. Go live a couple minutes early. Let the guests know what to expect. Hey guys, engage. If you're here right now, pay attention. Next thing to say, you guys, it's just literally taking you through. We're going to be together for X amount of time. I'm going to be sharing products. When you comment, I'm going to put your name in a draw. It's letting them know how to interact, how to engage, celebrate your hostess, connect with them. Optional party games. And then I have my full live checklist, everything I go through at the live. Okay. I also give you guys more intents of what you can do before the party to be connecting with the guests in the messenger. That's in the full course. I'm not going to go through all this here. This is more the party flow. What you do afterwards, engage with the guests, send up some reminders, but don't make it just like, hey, who's ready to shop? Make it purposeful, right? Make it special, make it urgent, but also help them. A way that you can help them after the party is not by like, hey, go watch the replay, but be like, hey, sorry you missed the replay. What did you have most interest in? You know, were you looking to get healthy? Were you looking for the skincare? I'll fast forward you and tag you in certain parts of the party. I close the party the day before, what we can post in the group, and most of it's messaging the guests. So the boards app, you guys, I hope you're like grasping a little bit of the concept here. The boards app goes into more of the depth of the behind the scenes. So the booking, the boards app, and this all goes with the course. There's course videos to go with all of this. The 3x3 LIC method that I referred to, it lays it out here. One of my friends saw my boards app. She's like, I don't even need to listen to the whole course. I could just take it through the boards app. I tried to do the boards app as much as I could, but obviously the videos are a big asset. Different ways to get parties booked. There's a whole slew of stuff. Different ways to get parties booked. Theme ideas. Oh my gosh, a year and a half of different themes that we did, party after party after party after party, examples of different themes, what we call them, all with the same company, all selling the same products, just different ways to do them. Membership club parties, birthday parties, theme ideas that are outside of the parties I've done, just some brainstorming ideas, how to get a customer to book. If you guys can think outside of the box and go get you some bookings, coach your hostess well, go through all my coaching steps, understand that your hostess is literally your business partner. Have fun with her. Help her help you, and you give her what she wants. What does she want? Maybe she doesn't want fizz. Maybe she wants something else. Maybe she wants a babysitter. I want a babysitter. That's what I want if I host a party for you. I want a babysitter. So anyway, this pre-party portion talks a lot about the type of post that can drive traffic to the live event. Let's do this better. Let's do this differently. This is not a copy and paste thing. This is me doing it different for Christina. This is me talking about the story and personalizing it to the event, not just doing these static posts, okay? Can you recycle some things? Can you reuse some things? Yes, some of this is company graphic stuff. But we make it special, we make it different, we make it uniquely you, we make it work for that hostess, we make it work for your guests, we make it work for the people that are going to be there, okay? And then we make sure we don't do a lot of this. One pre-party post a day is fine. You only need 2 days of lead up. So what are you doing most of the time before the party? You are talking to the people. You're engaging on the posts that matter, you're getting to know the people, and you're trying to check in with them in the messenger. You're letting the hostess know, hey, I'm having a hard time getting hold of people. Can you help me? But you're not putting it all on her, and you're warming people up. You are sending a friend request, you are sending a message, and you're putting your hostess in a group message so she can add people, and you're connecting with guests. If you do this pre-party work, the live party is like the simple part. So when you go to execute the live portion, you're like, oh my gosh, what do I say on the live party? Okay, fine, here's the script, here's the whole thing, here's the layout. But really, if I could get 5 people there that want to get healthy and understand that I'm going to share healthy products, and I just get to tell the story of how I use them and what they do and how much they cost and how they can buy the products or how they can join me, it's cake. And then pillar 5 is the after party. And the after party is really the fun. It's the after party process of after we've done all this, right? What do we do now? After we've done this, add all the people that came to your leads list. Put them in your CRM. Invite them into your groups if they're not in there. That's why it's so much easier to do evergreen. Get them into your groups if they're not in there because you did it in a pop-up group or an event. Get them into the party group. Get them into the clean living group. ATM them. Invite them on a discover call. Get them on more information. Funnel them through the system. Nurture. Okay, more about ATM. Parties are a great way to get leads, prospects, seeds, and not everyone takes action the week of the party. Suggestion is to have friend requested party guests so that they'll continue to see you in your feed, in your stories, in your polls. Suggested now with advanced steps is also get their email, also get their phone number. Don't just leave it all to the group. Don't leave it all to the event, okay? And inside the party board app, you guys, I will be giving one of these almost at the end, different parties, text messenger parties, messenger parties. I talked about these earlier. Challenges instead of parties. Have you ever done a smoothie challenge? I have. Have you done a water challenge or a fizz challenge? We've done all kinds of challenges. Challenge is a bit of a spin on a party. It's really about all it is. different type of party games to get booking, pop-up party, forms, although my software, holiday graphics, top tools, graphics and templates. Oh my gosh, so much in here. I want to show you guys this as we close. I started here. I started scared. I started with foundational principles that worked. I did not listen to somebody say, do it this way because I think it's going to work. I said, what do I already know? So think about this for yourself. Some questions. I want you guys to give me any feedback. If anything you saw tonight piqued enough interest, you're going to go watch the webinar, piqued enough interest that you are going to go through the course that maybe you've already bought. I looked at what I knew already worked. And I said, what is like the next best step I can take that's like the least learning curve for me? So transitioning from in-home to online, those 5 party pillars were just the 5 key components that I saw. I got to get a booking, host this well, help her understand if I'm going to be in front of 5 people, I don't want just like 5 people that don't have fingernails if I sell fingernail polish, right? So help her understand it's not just a frank list, it's about truly a qualified list of people. If I'm going to sit in front of 5 people, who are your 5 busiest, tiredest mom friends? They're the most successful because they show up every day in life. They deserve a night like this. Let's get them there, okay? And I started. And because I started, and you guys can go, and if my whole system dies, it looks like it's about to die because it's moving slow. If it dies, I will come and do the giveaways, and I'll talk to you in the comments. Go search. I searched Arbonne, Cathy Callahan, Barbara's, because I was looking for Barbara's party. And I think my computer is about to die because it's moving so slow. So many videos, and I'm not even going to click and open them all. I found so many groups. I found so many events. I found so many posts that I had done about parties. This one is not me, by the way. This was my friend Dina, and I was hosting for her. That was a pampered chef party. But I found so much history of event after event after event, and some were high and some were low. And yes, I tested out things like business page. Go to Sparkle with Cathy. It's your time to shine. You'll see on the business page. Okay, go and you can go here and you can see that I did some things. You can see how I used it. I talked about today how I used it. Go to my YouTube channel. Go to Team Grit and Grace Party Group and see party after party after party after party that we streamed over to YouTube because we were doing them live in the groups. So we just stored them over. We have so much proof of concept that's unbelievable. And I started off simple and I went from terrified and no results in January. Fair warning, let's close out. No results in January 2019. No results. I just started my If you guys, I know I'm cutting out bad. If you guys are still here for any reason because you're waiting till my computer shut off, computer came back on, it's dead. So I'm gonna put the kids to bed. If you guys want the webinar, go to the description in the webinar. If you want the course, buy it for $1. Is well worth your dollar. And then if you want more, it will show you about P3. If you want to come to Ignite, give me an Ignite in the comments below. And biggest lesson is, I love tonight. It was literally like a disaster. It was like most of my parties when I started. Turn your excuses into your reasons. My excuse can be this internet sucks. It was like 35 right before I started. I'm like, how is that happening? I have talked to Spectrum so many times and got this fixed. The second I'm about to go live, everything logs out. It's just a disaster. You're going to be fine. Show up. You do not have to be perfect. Show up as the mess you are because your mess is your message. Go turn your excuses into your reasons and go take massive amounts of imperfect action. And my new one is hashtag do less better. Do less better. Simplify for more results. Bye for now.